bread actually help you lose weight? It absolutely can, with this delicious high protein recipe that can be put together in 7 minutes flat. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to make this quick and easy cottage cheese, which sounds weird, doesn't it? Bread. But I can assure you it tastes absolutely delicious and it will help you reach your fat loss and muscle building goals. So first off, I'm going to put together some dry ingredients in this bowl. I'm going to go in with 1 cup of buckwheat flour. I'm using cups today, just for a change. I normally weigh in grams. That's a sort of heat cup of buckwheat flour, which is 150 grams. If you haven't got buckwheat flour, you could grind up oats to make oat flour. You could use almond flour or whole grain, whole wheat flour. But the thing with the almond flour that you've got to watch for is it is actually quite high in fat and therefore it's really going to bump the fat calories up. So I prefer to use this buckwheat. And then I'm going to go in with 1/3 cup of flaxseed, which is actually ground flaxseed. So just it's like having an additional bit of flour really. That's a bit less than 1/3 cup, so I'm just going to put a little bit more in there just to make it up because it wasn't quite full. I'm going to go in with 1/4 cup of mixed seeds, which is about 50 grams. And the flaxseed, the ground flaxseed, is about 50 grams as well. Then we want 1½ teaspoons of baking powder there. So that's just going to help it rise. So 1 and then 1/2. So it's kind of like soda bread really. And then I'm actually going to put in probably not a full 1/2 teaspoon, but like 1/2 teaspoon, almost 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And I've used pink Himalayan salt there, which is a bit healthier for you. So what we're going to do is just mix the dry ingredients together like that. So it's really easy. And then what I'm going to do, because of the texture of cottage cheese, it's a bit lumpy. You could put it straight in, and I've seen people do that with the cottage cheese loaf. But I tried that, and I actually prefer it if it's blended up. I have got a 300 gram pot, which is 1¼ cups. I'm not going to measure it out because it's already showing me what it is in grams. And I'm going to put that in the blender, all of that in the blender. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to crack 2 eggs to go in there as well and just blend it all up together. Now you could just whisk the eggs on the side if you want, but because I'm using the blender anyway, I may as well just put that in and it just makes it easy for me. So I'm going to just blend it on quite a low setting. So it's number 1 on the Vitamix there. And just turn it up a little bit. So that's blended up now until it's sort of like roughly smooth. It doesn't have to be perfect, just so that you're not going to get the lumps of cottage cheese in the bread. And then I'm going to put the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients and mix everything together. So all I'm going to do now is I'm just going to mix everything up until everything's incorporated. It's a bit of a sticky texture, that's what you want. It's not going to go quite into a dough, it's more like a cake mixture than a dough mixture, like traditional bread. So it's almost incorporated now. You could put this in to a food processor to make it easy for you, but it's so easy to do yourself. It just doesn't take very long at all. So I'm going to get my loaf tin and I'm just going to spray it with oil so that it doesn't stick on the side. And then I'm just going to take the dough mixture, put it into the tin. So I'm just going to level that out a bit. And that's it. So that's going to go in the oven for around 30 minutes at 350 Fahrenheit or 180 centigrade. The bread should be ready now. It's been in for around 30 minutes. And it should be quite brown on the outside. Actually, I'll show it here. And when you put a skewer in, it should come out clean. So that's more or less clean, and it's going to do a little bit of cooking in the pan once it comes out. So I'm going to just leave it there and leave it to cool down. And then you probably want to leave it for about an hour, and then you can turn it out and start slicing it. So this is just warm now, so it's okay to slice, and it makes about 12 slices. So I'm just going to slice off another couple of pieces there and give it a try. You can see that there. It's quite light. It's delicious. You would not know that that was made with cottage cheese, to be honest. It's just got a slightly cheesy flavour, but it's got an amazing texture. How you eat really makes or breaks your transformation. Whether you're going to get fat loss, muscle building, how you eat makes a massive difference. And you'll find you'll be really successful if you can eat the food you enjoy. So you just got to switch up the recipes. And if you want to learn more about how to eat for menopause weight loss, I have a free nutrition guide, which is 29 pages, and it also includes a sample meal plan. So click the link below to download that and start seeing fat loss today.